games. And if so, what was the first game you played? Today, I'm going to be talking about 4 different game categories. One being fighting games, RPG games, shooting games, and survival games. Starting off, we have RPG games, okay? The first type of RPG game that I'm going to be discussing will be MMORPG. MMO stands for Massive Multiplayer Online RPG game, right? It combines the fundamentals of 2 game categories, which are MMOs and RPGs. These games usually involve fights between people in real time, and the fights between happen in an open world environment where the player is going against other people. So it's a PvP setting. Some MMORPG games are co-op games, which means they are multiplayer, and which means people can choose to work together or play by themselves to defeat their opponents. Right? And a popular MMORPG game in our generation would be Roblox. Now I'm going to talk about strategy games. So strategy RPG games are also known as tactical RPGs, which are turn-based strategy games that involve characters. These games include multiplayer, multiple different characters, and ways to beat your opponent. In this certain type of RPG games, people are usually going against each other or AI and levels that they are building teams to go against other people. This is usually a game that has levels and a storyline along with the levels and characters. One popular strategy RPG game would be Raid Shadow Legends. Now I'm going to talk about my opinion on these games. So for me, I never really played strategy RPG games. I never really got into them, so I can't really say much about that. Like, I've played Raid Shadow Legends, but it didn't really get my attention like that, so I took off of it like after an hour. And then for MMORPG games, I played one of them, and I was playing it until I got grounded. When I got grounded, I played it, and I never went back to it. So, but it was good for my time consuming video games. Now that I talked about RPG games, I'm going to talk about fighting games. Right. So in fighting games, you have other types of fighting games. Today I'm going to be talking about platform fighting games and 2D fighting games. Now, platform fighting games are huge multiplayer fighting games where people are normally going against each other in a horizontal battlefield. It's like a stage game, so you're playing on a platform, right? These games can sometimes have up to 8 people involved in them, going toe-to-toe with each other to see who's going to win. Platform fighting games are normally on a stage where people are meant to fall off or be knocked out to win. The game, as stated by DivX, one popular platform fighting game is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is a game I play pretty often down in the basement. Alright, so next I'm going to talk about 2D fighting games, one being Mortal Kombat. 2D fighting games are usually a 1v1 scenario where it's player versus player online or also in person. These type of fighting games usually have a storyline with them for the characters. So like as you play Mortal Kombat, you have a storyline that you can play to unlock more characters that tell you about what's happening in the story as it goes. 2D fighting games are normally on a map involved in moves that tend to combo to each other, and one other popular 2D fighting game would be Mortal Kombat. Now my opinion on these type of fighting games, I play fighting games a lot, so I play Smash Bros. Every time I'm up here because it's pretty fun and I love just cooking people. Callie seen me cook some people 2 days ago. And as far as Mortal Kombat goes, I used to play on the PS3 when I was a kid, but I haven't really played like that since then. And they'll never be the same because comboing with Scorpion was always the funnest thing to do. Next, I'm going to talk about shooting games. So in shooting games, I'm going to be talking about third-person shooting games and first-person shooting games. And these are backwards, that's crazy. It's already ball. In third-person shooting games, on this one. Alright, so in third-person shooting games, it's usually from the third person's point of view. So like you and your surroundings that you can see on one moment, so the player can see more about what's going on there. Right? A very popular third-person shooting game in our generation would be Fortnite, and it mainly targets a open world setting where it's player versus player, and rarely player versus enemy things in a PvE situation. And now I'm gonna talk about first-person shooting games. So for me, first-person shooting games is mainly Call of Duty. Call of Duty is one of the biggest ones in my personal opinion. And it's a shooting game that has multiplayer that often have a campaign alongside of it that you can play through. These games tend to usually have multiple guns which you can customize them to your liking or to your situation. Multiplayer tends to be a group of people fighting alongside each other to beat the other team in the objectified game mode as stated by MongoDB Defender. a popular first-person shooter can become. Next, I'm going to talk about premium games. So as a person who's played both these games or these type of genres, third-person games, they're all fun for my personal sake. So my first persons, like in general, I love playing Call of Duty. I love playing Fortnite sometimes when I'm playing with my friends. But for me, first person takes the cake with Call of Duty. It's just an elite game. If you haven't played it, definitely try it. Alright. So next I'm going to talk about survival games. One being PvE survival games and PvP survival games. So these two categories are pretty similar in a sense, right? So a PvE survival game is just a PvP survival game without a host of a server or a group environment with other people. It's usually player versus player. So PvP is the game where they play like it was intended, but with different rules. The goal in PvP survival games is usually to outlast your opponents or kill your opponents, right? But in PvE survival games, players are usually versus their environment in the game. This tends to have a goal in the open world setting, being whatever the player sets to their mind. So if you're playing Minecraft, your goal is just whatever you feel like doing. You can do whatever you want. Beat the Ender Dragon, set up a farm, whatever you want to do. But in PvE, there are only enemies and mobs around you, which are the hostile enemies. In this game, it's just surviving and completing whatever you want to do, as stated by Ultimate Pop Culture Wiki Film. Popular games for both these categories would be Minecraft and Rust. My opinion on these type of games, I've played both versions. You know, I played Minecraft with my family and my brother, and I've played it going against them as well. I enjoy it, tend to enjoy it. I love cooking them and just being in general. That's just video games. Okay, so today I've talked about shooting games, fighting games, RPG games, and survival games. I hope that you're going to try a new game that you've never tried before, or play a game in general.